Hello, guys. My name is Jesse. Welcome to Talk Rice to Me.
I'm Jay.
Brandon.
Today, it's kind of a test run, or not really a test run, but a first of its kind. Is we have a actual guest. In the past, we've always done just the homies, and we, just like an open floor discussion with them. But today, we actually got an actual guest from somebody. He reached out. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm a new homie now. My name is Micheal.
That's right.
Restaurant owner. Love food. Love sports. Love gambling. So those three things, we could talk about it all day.
You said sports, gambling, and food, right?
I love food.
In that order?
I say food first because that's like my career. And number 2 is probably sports. And number 3 is probably gambling.
Number 3.
Probably number 3. Yeah.
What's your call it? Your
my
vice?
game?
Yeah, what's your
vice,
game?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it goes like hand in hand because like number 2 is sports. So I guess sports betting.
Oh,
But,
Sports
Lord.
betting?
I like sports betting. Used to play a lot of poker, and nowadays kind of cut it down. But yeah, that's about it.
Wait, Brent, do you bet?
I used to. I
Not
quit.
anymore?
I quit.
This is the time, buddy. It's the time.
Should I get back in it?
Yeah, online gambling's crazy now, man.
Man,
It's the time.
I'm down. I'm down bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Not only sports betting, but at MGM too.
Really?
So I don't go there anymore.
All right.
Do you keep track I don't gamble, so I don't know. But do you like keep track of like
I do.
kind of like a books or anything?
I do. I started investing at an early age. I was like literally 15, like freshman year in high school. I started investing in like S&P 500, Vanguard, and all that.
Uh-huh.
And then I was always like fascinated by like numbers. Like I was always like pretty good with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got into sports gambling when I was like 22, 23, like kind of right out of culinary school. And I just been hooked ever since. I just been investing all the time, looking at the numbers, options trading, all that kind of stuff. And for me, sports gambling, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to like sit down, watch a game, right? Just relax with your buddies. Someone scores a touchdown, you make like some money. You know what I mean? Come on, right?
I will say though that don't you feel that you get kind of emotional invested when that kind of happens? Because now you're like, oh, I need this man to do this. I need this man to do this. Like I said, I've
100%.
never sports gambled, so I don't know. But what do you like Brandon? Like you said, you sports gambled. Like were you like super invested in it when that was happening and stuff?
I mean, obviously, like fantasy is like a dumbed down version of it, but I feel like I do have like some sort of emotion attached to like players when I want them to do something, and that's kind of why like I follow this rule when I draft my team. I don't like drafting anybody. I always try to get the Bengals players, like always.
All right, so you're a Bengals fan, so
Yes.
good thing you didn't bet last year. You would have lost a lot of money.
I know.
Trust me, buddy.
You know what's funny is you mentioned that like fantasy football is like a dumbed down version. Y'all two have seen me. I am. That right there was prime example why I can never do sports gambling because I am extremely emotionally, or I was extremely emotionally attached. I went off the deep end. I don't watch any sports now, just so I don't care at all. And yeah, I don't know how you seem like a very level-headed person, but I
Yeah.
could not do it. Like if a man drops a pass and I need 0.5, I'm like, what the? You suck. You get paid for this.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy, and I'm playing for what the full season might get you $300 in bragging rights. I can't imagine.
100%.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think anybody was ever as emotional as my brother when it came to fantasy.
Yeah.
Even Brandon will
bad.
attest to it.
It was
Yeah,
really,
it was
really
very
bad.
very very bad.
Wait,
I think
who's your team?
I'm not a team person. Like I'm a fan of
You
players.
follow the money. Okay, you a fan of the
And
players.
I
get
was
you.
never like a massive sports fan when I
Yeah.
was a kid. I just like I followed players, and I only became a Washington fan because I liked RG3 in college, and I was like, oh, wherever he goes, I'll be a fan of. And then he went to the Skins at the time, and now I'm like, yo, I don't want to watch them anymore. I'm just like a fan of certain players. Like I'll watch Ravens games just because I'm a fan of Lamar Jackson, and then I'll watch like Vikings because like Justin Jefferson or
True.
like stuff like that. Like just interesting players that I like. Other than that, though, I'm not like hawking the TV.
True. I got you. Yeah.
On that, since you're talking about the Commanders, I was telling Dara this, but I feel that like so you guys know about Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Jaden Daniels is literally like RG3 2.0.
I can see that. I mean, he's smaller. I'd say that he's smaller, but
He's actually bigger. He's two.
Jaden Daniels? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's
taller,
he's
but he's
taller.
Taller, but
I
he's
don't think
skinnier.
he's as
He's skinnier.
yeah,
He's skinnier.
as built as
Yeah.
RG3.
no,
Yeah.
I mean,
So the reason why I say that is because if you look at their college stats and like the progression, they had like a enormous like final season in college, won the Heisman, and just like their game is kind of one's more shifty, but one's more like straight line speed. Their stats are almost exactly the same. They both won the Heisman. They both go to the Commanders, second quarterback picked. It's like the similarities are just crazy.
I could see that, but I think the key takeaway that you said is one straight line and one shifty. And I feel when it comes to any position in the NFL, like if you're just straight line fast, it doesn't really get you anywhere. It does, but being shifty is so much more important. That's why I feel like it's a fair comparison, but at the same time, they're same but different for that simple aspect.
No, I would just say that it's just like eerily similar, like
hope it's
almost 10 years apart. And I'm like, dude, like you're basically drafting the same guy again with little slight differences.
Man, I hope they're not for our friend's sake, man. I think he's gonna pop a gasket. Well, my friend is an even more emotional fan. I think with every single thing that the Commanders do, he will critique it and have a negative critique. I love you, Dara, but that's just how he is. Like you said, you were a Ravens fan.
A Ravens fan.
How was that the last 10 years?
I mean, they did good last year. I mean, of course, I don't know if you guys saw the playoff game, right? That's probably the most stressful thing ever, right? But I'm still a Ravens fan. I think they'll do well this season. So
they do well every season, though.
Yeah.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah. Commander's brutal, but we'll see.
Yeah, they just consistently are terrible. So I'm like, I mean, I don't have to watch any. I don't watch the games anymore because I'm like, I don't need to deal with this heartbreak. This heartache, it just hurts too much. So
yeah, they come to my restaurant a lot.
Really?
Yeah, the Commanders.
You look at them. Hey, that's why y'all suck. You shouldn't be eating this.
Nah, that's not true. We give them power. Who knows? Well, we'll see.
I'm kidding. You guys should eat here more.
That's right.
Speaking, since you said restaurant, okay, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your intro on that. And tell the people what your background is and everything.
Yeah. So I mean, right out of high school, I went to culinary school, the CIA, Culinary Institute of America. If you guys ever watched The Bear, it's like kind of I think a lot of the characters there went to the same school. So yeah, I went there, worked in fine dining for a little bit, and then decided to open my own restaurant when I was only 23, which is like crazy. But it worked out pretty well, and I'm 29 now. Did it for 6 years, and now I currently own 3 restaurants. So it's been working out.
Well, one question was, we're gonna go all the way back to going to culinary school. One, I want to know what your parents thought about you going to culinary school.
Hated it.
I was about to say, what are your parents? Did they immigrate?
Yeah, they're like super Korean.
Doctor, lawyer, engineer?
They, for some reason, dentist or Air Force pilot. My mom was a big Top Gun fan for some reason.
Okay.
So she was like, "Oh, I want you to be like an Air Force pilot."
And so you were like, "Well, I'm gonna be in something that sounds like the military. I'm going to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America." And so how'd that even start? Like the genesis of going to culinary school?
I mean, that was just so random. It's like, I mean, just one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go to school for culinary school. Because I went to school my whole life and I didn't care about what I was learning, right? So I wanted to go to school for do something, have some pedigree, and I'm gonna give it my all. So I did. I went to culinary school, gave it my all. Very passionate about food. Learned everything I could. I probably read I never read books. I don't know about you guys. I never read a book in my life, but I would literally sit there and read cookbooks. Go to the Harris Teeter and just read all the cookbooks I could about the food that I liked,
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, so 2 things. First, you said you were in fine dining, right? Was there a specific restaurant, if you can divulge that you worked at, and what your specialty was?
So I used to, it's called staging a lot. So what that is you go to a restaurant for maybe a day or up to a week, and you would just work there for free. They'll give you free food, and you would learn the kind of a little bit about the restaurant here and there. So I would stage at 11 Madison Park, which was at the time was the #1 restaurant in the world. I staged at the Modern, and I staged at a few other places. I'm drawing a blank here, but I worked at Bourbon Steak in the Four Seasons Hotel.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
You've been there?
I've been there.
So yeah.
Well, I have a question. 11 Madison Park. Is that in New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I only know about that because on weekends they have some pop up where they sell croissants and they sell it in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I want to dive a little deeper into the staging thing because this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you set that up? You just knock on their front door. Hey, can I stage here? Or
I mean, I wish it was that easy, but honestly, like when I was going to culinary school, like they had like these programs that would kind of help you with that. So you would have to email the restaurant, and I think they have somebody who deals with it, but you would email them being like, oh, I go to culinary school, I go to the CIA, this and that, and I would just wanted to go to the restaurant stage. And they're pretty like nice about it. I don't know if they still do it because this is back in like 2017, 2016. But at the time, they were like super open about it. And during that time, I think they were going through like renovations or something. So I think they were like really welcoming to the like restaurant to like learn whatever and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's dope.
Really, really cool team over there.
You had a second question?
Oh snap! I kind of lost it.
You said two things.
Oh snap! I kind of lost it.
Okay, and I have another thing then. So you said you listed like 3 restaurants. It wasn't just that, right? Did you
No,
stage
a
at
few more.
multiple?
Yeah, like I staged at wherever I could.
Mhm.
It was just the most random places here and there. In like New York, I would go for like a day. I'd
Okay.
even do like a stage there, sleep at a hotel and then stage like somewhere else randomly. And I would like learn what I could kind of thing. But to be honest, it's like it gets really tiring like
Okay.
doing that.
I have another question in regarding, you said you went to 11 Madison Park, and there's a saying that people have. It says, never meet your heroes. Was working there a good thing or a bad thing? Like, you know how people, like
Yeah.
you said, it was seen as like one of the best restaurants in the world. Like, did you go in with a certain expectation, and then once you worked there, you're like, dang, that sucked, or something like that?
No, to be honest, they were like super, super nice. Like, right? So like the chef, his name is Daniel Hum. He's like this super tall guy. And he's like, I mean, he's like super passionate about food. And I mean, he's like super humble, really kind to like, you know, was like super nice to like introduce himself. And there were like a lot of Korean people there, like, you know, working there. Yeah, I think like half the team were like Korean. So they were like super nice to me. They were kind of like, oh, like you're like my 동생 kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's like, y'all know food. Y'all know food. Come on in. Come on in.
So yeah, that was pretty cool experience. But I did hear like bad things about. Actually, I shouldn't even say the restaurant, but yeah.
We can say it off camera after later.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, true. But it's in Chicago. It's well known.
Oh,
But I had a few friends who staged there said like the chef there was like.
I hope it's not that one Chicago place that's blowing up right now.
It's been there for a while.
Have you heard?
It's been there for a while.
Like there's one, the other one that I don't want to name, but there's one called like Kasama that they say is like the hardest reservation to get in America
really?
right now. So it's
Maybe
like
it's
Filipino food, oddly enough.
Is it?
So
Huh.
It's in the Bear. I don't know if you watched
The Bear, yeah. Oh, I've seen The Bear only like season 1.
They referenced it in season 1, I think.
wait,
They
for
did?
real?
Yeah,
Oh.
Okay, see, I'm just like doing something else, I guess, when I'm watching it. But, yeah.
What's the bear?
TV show.
What was it about?
It's about cooking. Like they
Yeah.
have like this like
Oh.
they make like what is it, like roasted beef sandwiches or something?
Yeah.
Roast beef sandwiches,
That's what
and
it
then
starts as.
he's like changes it to like a fine dining restaurant.
Okay.
Like it's pretty cool.
Just
Really
like,
well made.
like you know how you love like Game of Thrones
Yeah.
and how it was really highly rated. I'm pretty sure The Bear last year, it was like the highest rated show of last year in the last like 5 years.
Oh,
like
really?
every single episode got over a 9.
I was gonna ask, like, if you've seen it. Obviously, you said season 1. Like, how close of a portrayal is it? Like, is it like similar to what you've experienced? Like,
I mean, maybe some restaurants, but like my restaurant, I mean, we're kind of in the beginning, we're kind of in a similar situation because like we do get like really, really busy like sometimes, and it is kind of stressful, but it's never like that intense, you know,
Okay.
where people just like walk out in the middle of service, like, people just start yelling and you know, all that. So luckily,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of funny that you're saying that you were in culinary school, right? So and then you went to fine dining and everything. How did you go from being, well, first before you answer that, what is your all-time favorite food?
My all-time favorite food, man, it changes all the time, but probably I'd say like a really well-made American roasted smoked brisket.
Okay, I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I did not expect, because like I said, you're in fine dining, so obviously, culinary school. That means obviously you did that because you have a love for food.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't love food, right?
Mhm.
So what propelled you to go to culinary school? Like, what made you say, I want to do this?
It was just like super random. So I was like, it was kind of like almost a sad story, really. Like I was in high school and my mom was like, why aren't you like going to college, right? She was like
Yeah,
asking me that, and
typical.
I was like, and I told her like I didn't really know what I wanted to do. right? She was like, why don't you just go for like dentistry, like major in chemistry, and stuff, and go to the dentistry route. And I was like, I couldn't see myself doing that. I wasn't a very like studious student, like none of that. Wasn't if I'm not like passionate about something, I mean, I give like zero effort into it. You know what I mean? So yeah, at the time I was just like, I loved. Luckily, my parents owned a restaurant.
Yeah.
They owned like a small Italian restaurant, and I would like work there. Yeah.
It's very random.
I know, it's very
Wait.
random. Yeah.
Rewind. How did that happen?
Dude, I don't even know the story, but who knows, right? Like they just somehow opened an Italian restaurant. They owned it like 14 years.
Jeez, I'm just trying to set the scene.
Yeah.
Like 2 Korean immigrants, and they're like, you know what? Italian.
Yeah. I mean, they met like a chef. His name was like Vinny. I think he was like franchising it at the time.
Okay.
So then my parents were like, oh, we want a franchise. So it was like my parents and then like 3 other of my like aunts were like all kind of chipped in to like run this restaurant together. And they ran it for like 14 like years, I believe.
Yeah, that's sick.
So yeah, that's crazy. So and that restaurant, I used to like just go in the kitchen all the time, working. I was so passionate about food. Like one of my first jobs, I was 16 years old. I wanted to work at this one pastry shop. All they do is just like make like pastries in bulk and wholesale, right?
Yeah.
And I went there, and the chef, super thick Italian accent. He was just like, "You're too young to work, and I don't trust you with the food," right? So I told him, "How about I just work here for free, and I'll prove myself," right? So then he was just like, "Okay, well, if you want to work here for free, like we start and we open at like 6:30 in the morning, and I think I stayed until like 3 p.m. or something." And yeah, I went there every single day for like 6 months.
Damn.
I never got paid, nothing. I never even asked for money. I just asked him all these questions about how to like, make like profiteroles or something, like some random stuff. And then after that, my mom was like, kind of like, you kind of proved that you're super passionate about this. So she gave me the suggestion, like, why don't you go to culinary school? And I was just like, yeah, 100%. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to work my way like to culinary school, and I'll pay for it myself and like do all that. So
That's kind of funny that you said that, because this whole thing happened because my mom told me to do this too.
really,
My mom's the one who told me to do this podcast. That's the only reason why. I mean, some people said it before, but then it was my mom who basically said, you should start a podcast to hurt him really big. And I was like, all right. That was kind of weird.
Mamas know best. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I got to give the 10%. Like, they don't know. Give us
that's
some
true.
leeway.
The world's changing, So like my mom still doesn't know how to use her phone. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, so earlier you said your favorite food is just an American brisket sandwich, right?
Texas brisket.
Texas brisket.
Mm.
Down the line, what was yours, Jay?
My favorite?
All-time favorite. If you could list one thing, what's your favorite food?
Just one thing.
Just one thing.
I could eat every cow soy, probably. Cow soy. Some Thai cow soy.
I'm gonna say fried chicken.
It's my man.
So I agree with Brandon. My brother knows this. My favorite food is fried chicken too.
Yeah.
I love me some fried chicken. And so this leads into my next question. If you went to culinary school and you worked in fine dining, and your favorite food is an American brisket sandwich, why fried chicken?
Wait, I have a question. You never said you own 3 restaurants. What are the name of those 3 restaurants?
Oh, it's a fried chicken restaurant.
Okay.
Nashville hot chicken restaurant. So it's called Wooboi hot chicken. Yeah, if you're from the area, I think you've heard of it, right? But if you're not, then you should try if you're in the area. So.
Okay, go ahead.
Since your favorite sandwich is I guess food is an American brisket sandwich, why didn't you like maybe do like a barbecue restaurant? Why fried chicken of all things?
It's like a funny story like that. So barbecue restaurants, it's really, I would say it's like kind of tough, because a barbecue restaurant is more like a 24/7 operation. I don't know if you guys know, but briskets, if you're offset smoking it, I mean, it takes like 12 plus hours to do it. So like, and then there's got to be a guy like who stays there to make sure that the fire doesn't go out, right? And then make sure that the fire doesn't, go gray or anything like that. They call it like blue smoke. It's like half between like a white and a blue smoke, right? So that's when you get a really nice, beautiful crust on a brisket, right? So, and it's also in this area, for some reason, it's hard to source the right wood. because here it gets kind of wet, like gets kind of damp over here sometimes.
Because humidity and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
humidity.
So that's why Texas barbecue people like it. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, they use something called post oak in the Texas places. That wood, I think it just burns a lot longer, so it's so much easier. Over here, I think they use like a lot of like the fruity more woods. I mean, you still get a great result, but in my opinion, it's like tougher to compete with the quality they have in Texas. Yeah.
It actually sounds like you actually looked into opening a
Yeah.
barbecue
I
restaurant.
did.
It sounds like
did.
you're like, I could do this myself. So
I love, I smoke, I have an offset smoker at home. I smoke brisket all the time.
So you gonna add brisket to your maybe like a seasonal thing to your
Nah,
menu?
It's like this small, so all I can do is maybe make like 2 briskets on it. That's it.
I was gonna say, you could have like one of those hype drops, like, hey, first 10 people get a brisket.
Just a slice.
You get the slice, or like first 10 people that order a Wooboi sandwich, you get a brisket, and
Yeah, that's
then
true.
let it rock. But anyway, yeah. So you love briskets, but you went fried chicken, and then
Yes, fried chicken is my second all-time favorite food. So
Okay, makes sense. So it's like I can't do barbecue. I'm gonna do fried chicken.
that's right. That's right.
You know, it's funny that your restaurant's name is Wooboi, but my boy's nickname here is
Woo.
Woo, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you why you named it Woo Boy.
Oh, well, our quote we say like, it's so good it makes you say woo. We used to say that a lot.
Okay.
So they're saying your name. All right.
it's funny. His Instagram handle is actually Wooboi.
Wooboi 3.
It has been there for how many years?
Wooboi 3.
Since probably like high school, college.
So
yeah.
it's been there before Wooboi. Okay.
Yeah, but it's WOU. It's not-
WOU. Okay, I got
and
you.
it's
That's
actually
crazy.
really funny because I've been to one of your locations, and I think it was like very, very early on. It was like pre-COVID.
It was the Herndon one, right?
the Herndon one. It was
Yeah,
when-
the
yes,
Herndon
it was-
one. For some reason, you can like write on a wall or something.
Yeah.
Like very long ago. I think I put Woo Boy 3 on it.
You really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still there.
It might
I
be.
don't know.
It might
Yeah.
be.
We try to wash it every now and then if we ever see like any kind of random thing. So we'll like wash away some, if somebody puts like curse words or something.
Yeah.
we'll like wash it away.
So it might still be there.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try to find it. So
It was funny because I remember when you guys first opened like years ago. You guys opened like what, like 2000, like late like 2017 around, right?
2018.
2018 around.
Yeah.
So it's funny because when it did open, we're like, dude, Brandon, like,
Yeah.
we were legit talking, like literally in that room right there. I think we were talking about like, dude, that's you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
These two are much more into like hot chicken because they can handle spice.
Yeah.
And I was always like the pansy who didn't like spice. I'm actually ramping my spice tolerance up gradually, but anyway. And they're like, yeah, you want to go? You want to go? I'm like, they're like, there's something called what, the blue.
The blue, yeah.
And I'm like,
Code
guys,
Blue?
Code Blue. I was like, I don't want to try that.
Yeah.
I've tried it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge spice guy either. So like, yeah, level 1 or level 2 is like perfect for you, I think.
Wait, and then I'm curious then. If you're not a big spice guy, why spicy fried chicken sandwiches and not just like fried chicken sandwiches with a Korean twist or something like that? Or I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking about all the sauces at Korean barbecue. If you made them onto like some fried chicken sandwich, why not that? And you just did Nashville fried chicken.
It's crazy. Like when I was going to culinary school, I came up with the concept of Wooboi, right?
Okay.
So I had a chef who introduced me to a guy, like super random, right? Who was from Nashville. And he was just like, you ever heard of Nashville hot chicken? This is back in like 2016, I believe, like when I was going to culinary school. And I said, no, what is that? So he said, look into it. So I looked into it. And I quickly realized that it's sort of like, it was kind of newish at the time. It was really only in Nashville, some parts in California, stuff like that, right? And I thought to myself, like, oh, I could kind of take this concept, because I like the idea of like choosing your own spice level. I love that idea, So then I took it and I was like, all right, I'm going to add my own kind of twist to it, right? So that's what I did.
What's your
Yeah.
twist?
Just like making my own spice blends and making everything from scratch, stuff like that. Because if you go to Nashville and you eat some of the Nashville hot chickens, they have a very similar taste to each other, right? Because they're very heavy on certain ingredients like paprikas or cayennes or like brown sugar or something like that. And for us, we're a little bit more introducing kind of new elements, right? There's like a spice called mitmita. There's bere bere. They're like Ethiopian spices.
Okay.
And then some other things I can't say now, but some things that are like, kind of give you a good punch, I guess.
Of course, man. You gotta protect that secret
Yeah,
formula.
protect the
we
secret.
get it. We get it, man. We get it.
Yeah. So yeah, after this comes out, I bet you everyone's gonna add like meat and benefit.
You're right.
If we see it pop around this area, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
we know who did it first.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right. So since we're on the topic of fried chicken, okay, excluding yourself, we're gonna do a little ranking here.
Mhm.
In your opinion, not including yourself because obviously you're number one, right?
Uh-huh.
Obviously you're number one. Not including yourself, who do you think are top three?
Like fast food spots.
We'll do. How about this? We'll do fast food. Like, who do you think? Like, because I know there was like a period where everybody was trying to be like, oh, who got the best fast food fried chicken, right? Let's do fried chicken, like fast food fried chicken. Who do you guys think is the top three? We'll go you first.
For me, I mean, I'll start with 3. Okay.
Okay.
So number 3. I'm trying to think because there's like not super like. Okay, so this is a good question. I gotta think about. I gotta let it. Without thinking about it too much, I think number 3. You ever try like the Burger King chicken sandwich? It's actually pretty good. I had it one time, and it was actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, maybe one location. I don't know, but I only had it once in my life.
Oh,
but it's
dang.
actually pretty good. The
Okay.
third- I
Okay.
think I gotta put in my 3. Number 2, I gotta just put it at Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
They figured something out. And number 1, I guess it's gotta be Popeyes,
Okay.
right?
Brandon, I'm gonna let you go next because I'm pretty sure you've done the thing where you got all the fried chicken sandwich. I'll let you do it. I'll
I
let you
did
say.
a blind taste test, and we tried. I think it was like 6 to 7 different places. Obviously, for me, Popeyes is number 1. My wife's dad works at Popeyes, so we get them for free.
Oh, nice.
It's funny you said Burger King. I wouldn't put it 2, but I would put it I would say 3 or 4. Their new chicken sandwich is pretty good. I don't know if that's the one you tried, but
I don't even know.
that one's really good. 2, trying to think. Jollibee?
I never had the Jollibee one. I gotta have it.
Okay.
Jollibee.
Where's Chick-fil-A in there?
I don't like Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Oh my gosh,
I think
blasphemy!
it's really mediocre.
Ooh.
Okay. What about you, Jay?
Ooh, I see. I just have 2. Mine's just Popeyes and then Chick-fil-A. I don't have one after that, sadly. I mean, everything else is like not memorable. I think if I was going to put something like third, it'd be Cookout, just because it's cheap. Like,
Do they even have a fried chicken sandwich?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
I went recently. I think
they have a fried chicken. If they don't, then that just shows you how little I eat.
Oh.
I eat fried chicken sandwiches, but I mean with the Chick-fil-A one, I just used Jesse's hack, the one that you taught me, where you just put it in. You take the fillet,
the
or you
sauce.
take and you throw it in like the sauce. In the bag, and you shake it up with the sauce, and then you eat it.
You get a marinated chicken
Interesting,
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't you just dip the chicken sandwich in the sauce?
that's what I did before, and then
You don't get full coverage.
yeah, Jesse was like, dude, but you throw it in the bag and shake it. I was like, all right, or whatever.
Dang.
Then
And
you
I
can still dip it.
and then
Yeah.
you could just
And get the extra sauce.
And you can
Exactly.
mix flavors too. So if you go to like Chick-fil-A, right? You can mix like Polynesian with like something else, or like sweet and spicy with like 2 different sauces, and you shake it in there, and you get that full, perfectly coated, mixed together sauce. Try it.
I feel like you get lost in the sauce though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I'm
much,
I'm a sauce person. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just 3. I'll put KFC just because Is it bad? I've had it one time. I
What's
think.
what's your
It just
opinion?
looks pain.
Yeah, from what I remember from the blind taste test, it was not good.
Oh really?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago you told me they had a newer one. He's like, dude, that one.
From KFC?
It maybe I heard wrong. Whatever.
Might have been a different story. I don't think I've ever said KFC was good.
Oh, okay. It's ironic you said Jollibee. I actually had the Jollibee fried chicken sandwich like 2 months ago. I think it's pretty good.
Really?
I'll say it's
I
number.
gotta try it.
I say it's number 3, and then number 2 is Chick-fil-A because nostalgic. I think that me and my brother, we actually grew up around a Chick-fil-A. It was like before it like kind of like blew up. It's like one of those things where we had to drive 40 minutes to get Chick-fil-A at the time. That was like what 2006, 2007, maybe even earlier.
Yeah. We grew up in a small town, and so we drove far, and then when they opened this singular Chick-fil-A in town, all of our friends worked there, and I think we went there like every week. It was right next to our high school too, so it was bad.
Where'd you guys go to high school?
Thomasdale.
Richmond,
Chester, Virginia.
Oh, Rich, you guys from Richmond?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
Yeah. So Chick-fil-A is number 2, and then Popeyes is number 1. Man,
Okay.
Popeyes is just
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all like kind of in agreement with number
Yes.
one, huh?
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yes.
crazy. All
It's
right.
because I would say Popeyes is actually consistently crispy. A lot of times Chick-fil-A's fried chicken sandwich is just soggy. So just for
That's
that
true.
sole reason of being inconsistent, it's just not as good.
Is it ever crispy?
what
Sometimes.
the Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
it's super
No.
tough to
Okay.
make it crispy.
I think when they put it in the bag, it kind of makes it soggy.
Yes.
That's what I think.
And they do like a single dredge, and then like
Okay.
KFC, Chick-fil-A, or Popeyes, they do double dredge.
Mm.
So that's why it's like more.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What they did double fried too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
They also use a different flour.
Dang, so you have their secret formula.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could recreate it easily, but
Really?
yeah.
I was gonna say, I wonder if you ever thought about that. But like, because there's this guy on TikTok. He recreates.
I've seen that.
He's like Jordan the Stallion or something like that. He's like, "What's the secret formula?" He goes, "Oh, well, I have it right here in my book," and he recreates stuff. So I was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
yo."
if you can understand like I guess the flavors and like the food. I mean, I feel like any like chef out there, they could probably recreate like any dish that they
Oh,
wanted
dang.
to, yeah. But it's just kind of against the code. It's like a code there where it's like I don't want you to like recreate it and just like, kind of copy it. There's just kind of like a morale thing there.
Okay, it's like a respect. Like you respect
Yeah.
the art of
Or
it.
at least like label it, be like this is a chef or this is a dish from chef whoever
Okay.
before you.
Okay, I think I know. It's like
Yeah.
I see like on Bon Appetit that like, oh, I'm making this dish from this place, from this person,
Yeah.
and they do that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, so the second part when I was talking about we did the other tier talk. Oh wait, since we're on the topic, in your opinion, what makes a good fried chicken? Like, what is the key to good fried chicken in your opinion?
So I think number one is the quality of the actual bird, right? So 99% of chickens, I'm telling you right now, many people don't know this, but like literally 99, I wouldn't say 99, maybe 90% of chickens, you know what their main kind of food that they eat is?
Corn.
Wheat,
Mm-mm.
grass.
I mean, a lot of people think it's grass, right?
Yeah.
But or like something like that, but it's actually chicken. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, what?
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
that's-
wait. I
you know-
thought that was a meme.
No, it's 100% fact.
Like-
I went to a lot of chicken farms, and what they do is they have these like protein pellet kind of looking things. What that is, it's grounded up chicken bones, chicken, like things like that.
I thought you meant like they were eating each other.
No, not that, but seriously, they,
Okay,
they would
okay, okay,
they
yeah.
would like make this out of like like chicken bones and like they'll mix like corn and stuff like that into it.
Like
and then
literally,
they'll do
they're
that.
eating chicken nuggets.
Pretty much. So like chicken nowadays, like you cannot eat if it's below a certain temperature, like which is 165, then you should not eat it, right? That you'll get something called salmonella. You pretty sure you guys heard of that. But back in the day, chickens people used to eat it medium rare. I mean, some places in Japan they still do it, but it really
Yeah.
depends on how you raise the chicken, like how much quality it is. But in America, no chance. You gotta eat it. You gotta cook it to 165. You gotta have it cooked all the way through, and just so you don't avoid being sick, right?
I hear there are some places that where you still get chicken like that, where you can eat it like medium rare and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
There are some places, yeah. There are some places.
My mind is blown because that was like a meme. Not a meme. I seen it in like a cartoon or something like that. Like he said they had like a chicken fights, and he's like, "How do you make your chicken so good?" You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
He goes, "I feed them chickens." He goes, "What?" He goes, "I feed them chickens. It makes them extra angry."
It's great. The chicken industry is like super, super shady. I'm telling you right now. Because like literally now, if I try to go, because back in the day, I would go to these chicken farms and I had an in, right? So I knew a guy who worked at these chicken farms. So he would let me go to these chicken farms, actually see what they do there, how it's like process is done and things. But I mean, if you guys were to go to any chicken farm, they would either call the cops, they would do something like kick you out instantly because they don't want to show you anything. 99% of chicken farms are owned by 3 companies. 3 huge companies that just do the most like kind of crazy things.
Was it Purdue, Tyson's, and what else?
I think it's called Pilgrim.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I could be wrong about that, but I think it's Pilgrim. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
So number one you said is quality of the chicken. What
100%.
else? What else makes a good
All right.
fried
So
chicken?
number 2 is the dredge. You have to have your dredge right. So like how you so you want to create a really crispy crust, not crunchy. For me personally, I don't like crunchy chickens. I like crispy chickens. I want the outside to be thin. I want it to be like glass, you know, when you bite into it. It's got to be juicy, right? So what you have to understand is when you're cooking chicken, you want to cook it to about 160 because the carryover will take it to the 165, like perfect, right? And so super juicy. You want it to be super crispy and super flavorful. So create your own spice blends and season inside the bird and also season your flour. Those are like super, super important to do.
When you say season the bird, are you talking about like brining it?
Yeah, brining or marinating. Yeah.
Marinating with
a lot
the
of people
brine.
do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I know that a lot of people say, do you prefer dry brining or just regular brining? Because I know some people say dry brine.
It depends. For me personally, if it's a bone-in chicken, I like to dry brine it.
Okay.
If it's a boneless chicken without any skin, I like the wet brine.
Buttermilk?
Buttermilk is great. Yeah, buttermilk is. I think buttermilk is probably one of the best. Either that or maybe yogurt.
Wait, yogurt? Like any type of yogurt?
Just plain yogurt, no flavor. You don't want to add any like vanilla flavor or anything like that.
Vanilla flavor fried chicken.
Yeah.
I'm imagining, yo, man, this tastes like ice cream, low key.
There are people who brine their chicken and like, you know, like some of the craziest things. Like there's a guy who brines it in peach, or I think it's peach tea or like sweet tea or something like that. And there are people who brine it in lemonade.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they make it super sweet, just like literally like lemonade that you would drink, and then just brine the chicken in that.
You tried it?
No, I haven't tried it, but
Sounds kind of odd for me. For me at least. For me.
yeah.
Okay, so when you talk about the dredge and stuff like that, there's a lot of different. I actually like looked into this. I was like, well, I want to make fried chicken for for some time. Not like as a restaurant. They just trying to. Do you do the? I know there's a whole bunch of different methods. There's like one where you take the chicken out, you powder. First layer of what is it? Rice, not a rice. Sorry, flour. Then you maybe it's like a wet, and then it's dry, like dry, wet, dry. Or is there just like regular wet, dry? What's the secret?
You could do both methods actually work. It really depends because you want the wet. You want eggs in there, so you want it to latch on, right?
Correct.
If you were to like have just water or something, and you were just do like water, flour, you know, the skin will just come off instantly, right?
Yeah.
So I personally like to flour the chicken first. You have to have a dry piece of chicken. You want to flour it first because what that does, it allows you to hold some of that egg when you like put in that liquid, right? And then you flour it again. And if you want to make it extra crispy, then you do it one more time. Back in the egg mixture, back into the flour, and then fry.
Okay, because I'm asking you because me and my brother, our parents we're Chinese, and my parents had a carry-out restaurant when I was a kid, and our number one product at my restaurant was fried chicken.
Yep.
Like, it was crazy. Like,
Really?
my parents sold so much, like by far. It's a Chinese restaurant, but
Yeah.
we sold more fried chicken than anything on the menu, and like almost double.
It's like rice and mumbo sauce too, or
Yeah, but mumbo sauce it's gotten recently more popularized. So now there's more like staple recipes. But back in like 20 years ago, it was like one of those like if you know type of things. But so I remember the reason why I bring that up because my dad he told me that true or false. You tell me. He said the key to a good fried chicken, like I guess dredge, is put a little cornstarch in there or potato starch. He said if you do just straight flour, it's not going to be as good if you put a little bit of starch in there.
yeah, I mean I guess that could be true. America, like I feel like a lot of like Asians, we do go a little bit heavier on the starchers.
Yes.
But like classic American fried chicken, they'll just use something called AP flour.
Yeah.
Or all-purpose flour, which is a 50% mixture of bread flour and 50% mixture of cake flour. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said that because when I asked my dad about it, he was like, if you use just flour, it'll be brittle and you don't get that uniform coverage on the skin. But if you put a little bit of cornstarch in there, it gives you the better uniform, crispier skin.
100%. And cornstarch doesn't burn as easy because regular flour will, you could burn it like pretty easily. So that protein in there, the gluten in there. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was curious.
Learning all this stuff about fried chicken.
Because I remember when I was a kid, my dad, like I said, he used to take me to restaurants to work there, and one of my things I had to do when I was a kid was he would put me in the back, and all I did was just batter chicken for hours and just make trays and trays of just back there dredging it and flouring it and just like coating it
Yeah.
right from the fry it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Wait, I have a question. So earlier you said your parents owned an Italian restaurant.
Yep.
And there's an Italian fried chicken. Technically, it's like a cutlet, right? Is
Yeah.
Is that what it is? A cutlet? Did you have to do? Is that where your love of fried chicken originated? You just like snuck a couple bites while you were cooking it.
You're talking about like the chicken parm stuff?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, they did that, but I mean, I took nothing from that. I wasn't super. You know how it's made? It's like chicken breasts, and then what they do is like they put a piece of plastic, and they kind of use a mallet to like make it really thin, and then they'll bread it in like breadcrumbs or like Italian seasoning and stuff like that, and they'll fry it, right? But I mean, I feel like it's great for sandwiches or like the chicken parm or like with pasta and stuff, but for like a fry, for me, like I wanted to do, something else. Right. I mean, I like it. It's delicious. But, yeah.
That's how I thought, because Jesse would be like, yeah, that's where my love of fried chicken began. I used to sneak General Tso's chicken is like another thing that people get. And I always tell people that, General Tso's chicken it's just boneless wings. That's basically what it is. He's like, I would just I would walk by
More
and
than that,
I would steal them.
I'll be secretly eating wings all the time in the back.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? That's why I got up to. That's why I got as big as I got.
Really?
Too much fried chicken.
Dang.
Got to the point where basically my mom was like, "No more fried chicken for you." She wouldn't let me eat chicken, and that's why I like it so much.
Dang. My
But-
mom's the opposite. She wants me to get fat. I don't know why. She's always like, you got to eat more. You always eat. And then,
But don't you think that's an Asian thing though? That's an Asian thing though, that your parents always want you to eat more.
yeah.
What's a weird balance? It's like
Yeah.
the moment you're in like a little too skinny, like your face gets a little less rounded, like you need to eat some more.
Uh-huh.
And then once you get a little too rounded, like they don't say you need to lose some weight. They say you're fat. Like they use the harshest terminology. Like you just need to lose some weight right now. And it's a difference of like 3-5 pounds, I swear.
Yeah, 100%.
It just shows you that they love you, man.
We're going back to the ranking thing, right? So we did fast food. All right, let's do just non-fast food fried chicken. It could be anything. Do you want to include yourself, or you want to do it omitting yourself?
All right, so I'll do top 3, including myself.
Okay.
Wooboi number 1.
Okay.
Okay, not including myself. Okay, so not including Wooboi. Okay, so top 3. To be honest, like when I go out, I don't eat like crazy amount of fried chicken, but let me see. Let me think about this. One really good fried chicken I had recently was actually from Pelicana.
Oh, really?
They updated their like fried chicken batter and things, and I just got the classic wings, and I mean it was pretty good, right? I would like tweak. I mean, I would tweak some things here and there, but like I think they did a pretty good job. It was really crispy, it was juicy, right? And then so I would put them at 2, right? Number 3. You guys ever go to 1943?
1943. No.
It's like a new.
It's
you know what I'm talking
It's
about?
just opened, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, go to 1943 and get the whole chicken.
Okay.
I think it's like a Cornish hen looking thing. It's like maybe 2 people can eat that, right? And try that. It's pretty good. Like with the sauce next to it, it's pretty good.
I literally was supposed to go yesterday, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that in my mind.
What do you say?
1943. It's like a
1943.
Korean bar in like Annandale. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Right.
that one just opened, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
where Honey Pig is.
Yep. Right next to it.
Okay.
It's like literally in the same building.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Just go there and get that chicken. All right. Trust me, it's pretty good.
Okay.
All right.
I
But
trust
I
you.
would say that's like number 3. And then number 1. I don't know. I'm trying to think like the really good fried chicken I had. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys say?
Wait, before we move on, give me your overrated. There's got to be some place that you think it's
Overrated?
overrated.
I don't know.
Because you got to know your competitor. If you're a business owner, you have a fried chicken.
Yeah.
You probably tried them all. Don't lie. I know
I tried like a lot of them, but
you got to scope out your competitors.
yeah, it's like some of them I couldn't even eat. To be honest with you. So like one is like, you guys ever been to like Hangry Joe's?
Yes.
That place? Man, I don't know.
Dang. Call it. Wait, why
Yeah.
don't you like them?
So actually, not a lot of people know this, but like it's kind of like a copy of our restaurant.
Oh.
Right? So like we opened in 2018, and then I think they opened like 2020 or something. But my parents actually know like the owners of like that place.
Oh snap!
Are they Korean too?
They're Korean too.
Oh my! You know what? That makes. You're right. I've been into one. They have gochujang, like chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of the things like I think they try to take it somewhere. A lot of things just didn't really kind of make sense, right? But and also like I think they try to copy us as best they could, but like they didn't really like understand the ingredients that they were using. So I think they kind of missed some of the marks there, really important marks. But yeah, I tried it like because for some reason like my friends and stuff like they just brought it to me and I had it without even knowing what it was, and then I ate it and I was just like, this is like, what is this? And I couldn't even eat it. Yeah.
I honestly really agree with you.
Yeah. So it was tough. But oh yeah. So number 1, I just remembered. BBQ.
Oh,
Really?
You ever try it?
I have
Pretty
not.
good.
I'm not now. I'm about to go on like a fried chicken
It's
like
pretty
journey
good.
now, just because of what you're telling me.
BBQ is pretty good. It depends on the location, I feel, but like if you go to the right location, you get it fresh. Don't get it takeout. Get it fresh. Eat it right there. Right when like before they even put the plate down, take a piece and eat it. Seriously, trust me, it's gonna be crispy, juicy, flavorful. It's good.
I think fried chicken is always best when it's hot and fresh.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I had your fried chicken sandwich. I was at the Herndon location. You were talking about sometimes you get busy, sometimes not. I remember when I went the first time, I waited for like almost like 45 minutes. The line was so ridiculous. But then I went during lunchtime too, so it was like lunch rush. And then after I got it, I was eating it in my car. Like, damn, this is so good.
Dang, appreciate it. Yeah,
course.
and we getting better. You know what I mean? Still tweaking.
You know what's funny is that and then the second time we went, there was like a foodie. I think I went with Brandon. There was one of like the DMV foodies there.
I didn't know you were with me.
Yeah,
It's Danny Kim.
Oh yeah.
I think he was there
Yeah.
recording.
He really reported right then and there. We were like, "What's going on here?" Because I just remember he had like 10 plates in front of him. Like,
Yeah.
dang, he ate all that fried chicken. Like, geez.
Yeah.
So, dang, you're very well. You know your fried chicken. I know that for damn sure.
Oh,
Because
I know it, buddy.
Who wants to go next?
I'm
All right,
out.
Brandon, you can go next.
So I will stand on this, but I will say this. I haven't had Wooboi probably in like 5 years. I need to go back. I've been wanting to go back, but the only location was in Herndon, but I know you guys have a couple more locations now. There's one in Alexandria. I live in Alexandria.
We have one right here, Fairfax.
I live in Alexandria. I'm not going to come all the way over here.
Okay.
But I'll say that was the best chicken sandwich that I've had up here. Number 2 is I might get crucified, but I love chimik. Me and my wife love chimik.
You know, I never had it.
They also have a chicken sandwich too.
Really, I have to try it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you said BBQ chicken. I actually tried it in Korea. I don't think there's much difference from here in Korea. I don't know if it's obviously like it's a chain. So going back to the question, number 3 would probably have to be. I really like hot Lolas.
Okay.
So yeah,
I forgot about them. Yeah, they're pretty good too.
I feel like they put a little different spin on like.
Yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta. Yeah, okay. I'll add that to my list.
it's good when you're so focused on your own. You're like, nah, they're not the
know.
same as yours. So I
Yeah.
understand. I don't remember. Like I don't have a top 3. I just have one that I remember I said is overrated. And it's only because they were extremely hyped up, and I think I built it up in my head. And once I had it, I'm like, it's okay. And it's Roaming Rooster.
Oh my god, I remember when
We
tried
went
it.
there together, and I ate it, and I was like, I'm not slandering them saying it was terrible or anything like that. I just had it, and I was like, I mean, it's a chicken sandwich, and I never bought into the hype that much. So yeah, and I'm not saying this because you're here, but I remember telling my brother and Brandon at the time, I said, yeah, I still like Wooboi more. So
My guy.
yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Clip that. I'm just kidding.
Did you have an overrated one?
Overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, he said Hangry Joe's, and I agree with him.
Okay.
It just didn't taste.
Okay.
But also now that Jay said Roman Rooster, like it's just like
I was
Yeah.
I was about to say that too. That was my overrated was Roman Roosters because Roman Roosters like they like kind of blew up, but then when we tried it, then I was hate. But in my opinion, I don't think the breading's that good. It's kind of like it lacks flavor, lacks crunch.
It's just not. It was
Texture.
It was the lack of the crunch. And I remember when we went, it was during COVID, and they were blowing up like you said, but it was because like DC has like the best of DC awards, and they won like the best fried chicken sandwich and like the best sandwich awards. We were like, oh yeah, we might as well go. And we went. And we're like, we were sad.
Maybe because they were expanding too fast. But I heard the Perth location was pretty good. I never tried it, to be honest. But
Oh yeah,
you know.
I don't think we tried the first location. We went to one of their other locations, but I agree. That's my overrated. I think Roman Rooster's overrated. I'm gonna leave Wooboi out because obviously I already said I think Wooboi is the best. All right, y'all have the
Thank
best texture. Yeah, I like. I'll tell you why I like y'all's. Okay, texture, flavor, and I like the proportion of bread to protein ratio in the chicken breast. And and you guys use like real chicken breast for your for your I guess your patties and everything, right? That's why I like it. All right, because it's just like the whole package. All right, aside from y'all, in 1 and 2 is actually I'll say number 1. Number 1 is actually have you been to Myeonga? It's not actually like a chicken joint. It's more like a Korean like snack restaurant with like kimbap and all this stuff. Like it's here. There's one in Fairfax and one in Chantilly. And I'm gonna say like aside from y'all, they have the best fried chicken in this area.
Really?
They have the
like
best.
Sandwiches or?
It's just no like they just sell just fried chicken.
Just
They
chicken.
sell it in like whole chicken and half a chicken. And I like to get it naked, and I like to get the sauce on the side and dip the chicken in the sauce because it keeps its crispiness, and I get the sauce. But sometimes I used to do like half and half, like half naked, half sauced. That's my favorite fried chicken in the area, aside from y'all. And then I actually like. I was gonna say Hot Lola. I actually like Hot Lola.
This is like Szechuan.
Yeah, because
Spice.
yeah, Hot Lola, and then Chungman.
Oh, Chungman, yeah.
Chungman.
Yeah, they got
you like
big.
the chicken?
I like the chicken. I think they have really good.
Try it, man.
And you know why I like them? I like their sauce.
Okay.
I like their sauce flavors. That's why I like.
Okay.
You're a sauce guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm a sauce guy.
Yeah, you talk about sauce a lot.
I'm about flavor.
Sauce is boss.
Sauce is boss. This man, they have a video of it. He was in LA once, and I guess he got drunk and left the club and got Chick-fil-A. Oh no, he got at McDonald's. This man had all of like 20 sauces you can get from McDonald's. He dipped one of his chicken nuggets in each sauce. So Jesse clearly is a sauce guy.
Hey, I'll say it this way. Even though we just did like a rating and everything, I feel that like at the end of the day, everybody will have their own different preferences on what they like in chicken. So like, you know, one person may say they like this, one person say they may not like this, but it just varies. But like I said, I think the commonality is that we all think Wooboi is number 1. Y'all, you did a great job. You did a great job. You did a great job in finding that perfect balance.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question. You try other fried chickens like often, like frequently, or is like it just because you said fried chicken is like your number 2 like food. So do you actually eat other places other than like Wooboi a lot, or?
You know, I tell you what, like. I've been on this like recent kind of like thing where I'm trying to change like my lifestyle a little bit because I'm trying to like lose some weight, trying to like get really fit and stuff like that. So like, believe it or not, like I think a month ago, I think I lost like 15 pounds in like a month.
Well, Dan, congrats, man.
Thanks, man. I'm still trying to lose like maybe another 10, get like super sexy. But we'll see. But, yeah.
You're already sexy, bro.
Nah, man, not there yet. Don't tell me that yet. But yeah, so what I did was I started counting my calories, right? So what I do now is I go to Wooboi, and we have grilled chicken now, all right?
Okay.
So then I go there, I'll get a little bit of fried chicken, just like a little nugget, and I'll add it right there, get some grilled chicken, make sure I measure it all out so it's like I get the right amount of calories, and I'll eat that pretty much every day.
Oh, dang.
Hey, it sounds like it's working.
It's working. I lost 15 pounds in 1 month.
Hey,
without even like working out that much. I just go on the treadmill and walk like 2 miles or something.
Hey, a little tip that one of my friends who's been on his, who taught us was if you're on the treadmill, put on an incline. So if it's like flat, you put it at like, what was it? Like we would put it like up to 10 sometimes, like on the incline, but you just crank the incline up higher, and it's actually better for your knees, and then you burn more calories like without trying as much. But you gotta make sure you don't hold on. You just you crank up the incline without holding on, and it's like you burn more without doing more effort or spending more time. So
that's good advice. Yeah, I'll start doing that. You guys play any sports or?
Not anymore, man. I'm old.
Really?
I'm old.
How old are you?
I'm about to be 34 in like a month or 2.
That's still young.
I play golf. We used to play.
really?
Yeah, I play golf.
Oh, yeah. You guys don't play basketball, or
Nah,
you guys look
man.
like basketball players?
He's the basketball player.
You're a
I
basketball
used to.
guy?
Used to.
Oh, really? Okay.
What
now,
about
now? It's less movement. I just picked up pickleball.
Dude, me too. I play every now and then. It's like my cool down kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
you know what's funny is when we were in Europe, when we were with my cousins and his girlfriend, they're like doctors in training and stuff like that. And she told me something. She said, because of how much pickleball and running has exploded, the amount of knee injuries and ankle injuries has skyrocketed over the past year.
Dude, 100%.
She's like, because she's like, oh, people think, oh, pickleball is a slower tennis, but you're still stopping and starting without people aren't like getting used to it.
Yeah.
And like, so, and I stopped playing. We stopped playing things like football and basketball just because when we would play, I felt like every single time people would tear their Achilles, people would tear their ACL. They're like, bro, we ain't playing for no contracts out here, so we just cut it cold turkey. So now
True.
people are jumping into pickleball, but all I gotta say is be careful and don't jump in it too much.
Yeah.
So,
You don't gotta go too crazy. It's just kind of for fun, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
When you're playing doubles, you're not really moving too much. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. You know, like funny you mentioned that. Like when I played, like just a bunch of times I was playing pickleball, I seen a lot of people somehow like tear their Achilles or like, something crazy, right? So I was just like, wow, that's kind of. There's a lot of older folks who like does it, or a lot of people who like haven't really been, like,
active.
active. So
Mhm.
they're kind of just going into that, and then and I mean it gets intense,
Yeah.
sometimes. So you trying to die for a ball or something, and. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like you said, most people that do it, they go from 0 to 100. Like people
Yeah.
that are here, they start running. They go from running 0 miles, and then the next week they run 7 miles, 10 miles, and like, oh my god, my shins hurt. I'm like, because you went from nothing to something instantly, and your body just hates you
100%.
for it. So
Where do you play at?
So yesterday was my first time, like ever.
Okay.
But we met up. Me and my wife met up with a couple of her friends at Meridian in Falls Church, Meridian High School.
Okay.
They have like I think it's like 12 like courts.
Do they really? Wow,
Yeah.
it's open, just open, or
I mean it was open for us yesterday.
what? That's crazy. I gotta check that out. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
where do you play around here?
Lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
Lifetime's super big on pickleball.
For real?
Where's
Super big.
Lifetime?
Which
They,
one?
they have a Fairfax,
Okay.
Centerville, Sterling,
That is right. That is right. Oh, okay.
Reston. I mean, even Maryland. Like I'm pretty sure, but like they're like going like they're changing all the basketball courts and they're changing it to pickleball courts.
I bet. I saw there's a petition for Wakefield Park to expand the pickleball courts because
See, it's getting
so
crazy
in
out here.
demand now.
Uh huh.
It's funny you say that because when we were in New York, our friend lives next to Madison Square Garden, and they're opening a brand new Lifetime Fitness there. And he plays ball, and he walked by, and he goes, "Look at this. They ain't got no basketball courts in there. They only got pickleball courts."
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, really? I was like, oh dang, in New York of all places.
Do you think pickleball is like getting big because it's like less competitive in the sense where it's like more you don't have to be like a baller to play?
100%.
Because I feel like with basketball, like I feel like some people might be intimidated to get like actually like, oh, I just want to hoop, but like people take it too seriously.
100%.
Yeah,
People take it too seriously.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can't even play. Now you got, and then they'll like do like pickups and everything. It's just too serious. But then with pickleball, it's more casual, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pickleball is just so much more chill. Like I bet you, if you were to play my mom in like basketball,
Yeah.
like you would score 100 points on her, right?
Yeah.
Like in 2 seconds, right? But like if you were to play my mom in pickleball, I bet you I'll put my money on my mom. If you guys were to play 1-on-1 right now,
Yeah.
I'm moving all my chips right to my mom, and she's gonna beat you like 11 to maybe 4 or something like that. But I mean, you're just learning. That's why. But
Yeah.
We should make that bet happen.
We should set that
I'm
up.
putting all my chips right there.
I
okay?
never gambled before, but I'm ready to start now.
I'm telling you right now.
Is
Yeah,
your-
some old people be hitting that ball. Trust me.
Is your mom the one who got you into pickleball?
No, I got her into pickleball, but she's been playing like maybe a year now. So she's like pretty decent. She can hit the ball. But yeah, I mean she's 62, and then she plays with my dad all the time.
Mhm.
I bet you right now, they're pretty good.
It's funny that you said that because yesterday when we went, it was like I want to say like 11 to noon, and now that I'm thinking about it, there were a lot of old people there,
Mhm.
like just hitting the ball, and they were going crazy. I was like, oh man, like these people look good, but like they don't look like they're moving like fast, and like I'm just like after like the 3 hours that I played, I was like, you don't really need to move fast. You don't really need to hit the ball, the wiffle ball like really hard, like it's a fun sport.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, because of the wiffle ball, right? No matter how hard you hit it, it only moves like a certain speed, right? Or because like a tennis ball, when you hit it, it like it's squishy. So it, because I've only barely watched this. So is it like it just takes all the shock when you hit it and just like falls off?
I would say like not on the initial hit, but like after it bounces, it does like kind of take a lot of speed off. Like after it bounces, but trust me, you can whip a pickleball.
Okay.
Trust me, you can whip it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like a super fun sport. I mean, one fun fact that might get you into pickleball. This is super random, but you know why it's called pickleball?
Something to do with pickles? What?
Because the guy who invented it, his dog's name was Pickle.
Oh.
That's why he used like a wiffle ball. So like, because
Okay.
his dog, he doesn't want to give him a tennis ball. He's gonna like choke or something, right? So it's just like a wiffle ball, and he says his dog is Pickle, so he calls it pickleball. He used
Wow.
to play with his dog. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Isn't that so cute?
That is
Oh,
adorable.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might, I might just get into it just because,
Just because of pickle, man.
just because of pickle, and also it's funny because there's a joke like tennis courts are getting also replaced by pickleball courts, and a lot of tennis courts are like it's a country club sport. And I like to play golf. It's a country club sport, so and I like the style. And I hear a lot of people, a lot of girls. They'll be like, yeah, I want to play pickleball, but because of the fits, not because they want to play pickleball. They just want to play just because they dress nice.
That's
girls,
true.
I want to dress up like in the tennis outfits.
100%.
So I would go just to go see the tennis outfits of the
Yeah.
girls, of course. It's
100%.
like,
Is that the new like run club, pickleball clubs? The
yeah,
new run club.
run clubs and pickleball. That's
Yeah.
like that's the thing people do now. But it's funny. You mentioned run clubs. They're huge in major cities, and I know someone that went to them. He said the one in New York, the first time he went there, it was like, dang, this is sick. There's so many girls because now it's like 80% dudes, 20% girls.
All the girls would be like, "Oh, we're out. We can't
Yeah,
do this no more."
they were like, you wear black if you're single, then you wear color or white if you're taken. And they were like, when it first started, it was like all black, and now it's like not really. It's just like 80 dudes hounding for 20 girls.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, dang, guys.
It's like a pickleball dating thing. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I mean, it could probably do the same thing for pickleball, like with speed dating for pickleball.
Dude, that's actually a pretty good idea, though. I'm not gonna lie,
That's
because
a-
like, you do kind of play partners and stuff. That's kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wait, so you just go to a girl
It's
like, "Hey,
easy
trying
convo.
to be my partner?"
Yeah, because it's not like super weird. You're like, hey.
I feel like
think- you know what I mean?
this is a business idea easily, like speed dating with pickleball.
Yeah, that's true.
Like show
Like
up.
instead of like going to a bar, oh, this is a late night pickleball. Let's just go. Good exercise. You don't have to. I always feel like the bars. Like I always feel bad because like you put food in front of me, dude. I can eat like I don't even know how many calories, right? I don't even know. Seriously, but if you're doing something active and it's late night, dude, that will be popping, right?
It's facts.
Yeah, 100%.
You talking about business and everything. I guess I want to ask you, since you're a business owner and you got 3 businesses, what are some like difficulties you had to face, and like, maybe after that, I'll ask you the second part after. But like, what about difficulties you had to like face, and like, how did you overcome them?
None, man. It's been just easy.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I
No,
was
it's
about
been
to say,
super
like,
tough.
that does not sound like a normal business,
No,
right?
no, trust me, it's been tough. The first restaurant, I would say, is definitely the toughest. I mean, I was working like a crazy man, right? Super long hours, right? And just at the restaurant all the time because I wanted everything to be like good, and I wouldn't need to train everyone. Second restaurant was a little easier. The third restaurant that I'm opening now, for some reason, it's been pretty tough, but I think it's been.
Here in Fairfax?
Yeah.
All right, you guys know what to do.
Go bless them. Well,
No, we've been busy, but the only thing is like the staff, and also I'm trying to change some things with the Wooboi concept because when we do expand, I do want to expand in a certain way. So our Fairfax location has grilled chicken. We have other items that we don't have in the other locations, and kind of make them a little bit more my own. I had a little bit more confidence when I came to it, so I had more confidence making more sauces. Making my own drinks there. We make our own peach tea, you name it. And, kind of just want to expand that kind of concept. So, but when you try it, trust me, it's going to change your life.
All
okay.
right.
Let us know when you're in there. We got to stop by.
I'm
and
there
give
all
you-
the time, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will stop by. And, well, I have 2 things. One thing, I've noticed the way you talk about Wooboi. Do you know who the owner of Raising Cane's is?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know him personally.
Well,
but
like, it's because he was on a podcast called How I Built This. This guy's like a chicken finger fanatic. Like, he loves chicken fingers. So the way you talk about it is very similar. And how he he said that he just loved fried chicken tenders. That's all he was obsessed about. But he mentioned something about expanding, and then my mom and dad told me something about why they couldn't expand. And I want to ask you the same thing. Was it difficult because it was hard to give up control? If that makes sense, like the first one, like that's your baby, so you don't want to let someone else do it. But was it really hard to expand because like the second one you have to let someone else take over?
Yeah, it's the control thing. I think with every like chef that's like really passionate about like what they do, I mean, you can't. It's so hard to like trust people enough where like you kind of can turn your back and like let them just serve like a order. You kind of want to see every order, make sure it's perfect. You want to see them make every ingredient, but it's not really possible having 3 locations, one guy doing that. But when we first opened, I would literally text like my managers. We had 2 managers at each location. I would literally text them all the time being like, you got to give me like hourly updates on like, making sure our customer was satisfied. If we ever see a bad review, I would always like talk to the entire team about it. Say like, hey, what's going on here? Maybe we can do this to improve it. Maybe we can do this and this. I would go to the restaurants either early in the morning, late at night, and then kind of just look at all the ingredients, check all that, and like stuff like that. But I mean, it got to the point where one day I just like woke up and I was just like, man, this is like really tiring. But then I just like kept going.
I mean, hey, you made it this far. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have successful businesses like that, but I mean, I've heard someone say something. I think it was either Elon Musk or this guy named Naval Ravikant. He said that if you can pay someone to do 80% of the job for you, you should just pay them. But I mean,
I like that.
That's what he said. He was like, you should have like your own hourly. You assign yourself an hourly rate, and he's like, if I can pay someone to do my job or 80% of what I can do for less than an hourly rate, I'm just gonna let them do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he said, and he's a billionaire. So I was like, okay. I was like, must be working, I guess. So
Yeah. How old are you guys? By the
I'm
way?
31. I'm 30. I'm gonna turn
30.
31 in a couple of months.
Oh, nice. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
How about you?
31.
31. Nice.
Did you just turn 29?
29 this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
January.
Oh.
Oh,
How about you guys? You guys all
January
January?
7th.
Really?
Yeah.
January 24.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm Capricorn. You're
Aquarius.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't bring it up this time, Jay. I didn't bring it up. They was talking about me bringing that. So I didn't bring it up. Brandon brought it
I
up.
only know because at the beginning it's always a separate joint from the other one from the end of the month.
We go back. So, any other trials and tribulations you went through?
I guess like I kind of did it a lot of it like by myself, like as the owner and operator. I had a really good team behind me, which is awesome. I got super lucky with that. But I was like, because my mom has 5 sisters and 1 brother, right? So she has a big family. I'm an only child, so I kind of just went with it by myself, no support. I mean, support from like my parents and like my teams and stuff, but just like with the recipe creating, the training, the actual concept itself, because like hot chicken wasn't even here, right, back in like 2018, right? And it was like kind of tough. I figured out a lot of stuff. I probably tweaked my restaurant, like my recipes, like I'm not even exaggerating, probably over like 20,000 times.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
probably around that number. Like I probably tweaked it here and there because like there were sometimes I would tweak recipes like 100 times in one day, right? Just because like I didn't like that this tastes too much like cilantro. Maybe this didn't have enough salt content. Maybe I wanted to take out like pepper or something in this one dish and things like that.
So
Yeah.
when you were coming up with these recipes and everything, were you like making like fried chicken like every single day, or like how, like at what frequency were you like testing out these recipes?
Really early in the morning or really late at night after we close.
Oh, okay.
I
So
would say
you were testing like while you were already in business.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we would adjust.
Oh wow. And then how different, or like when you first thought of the idea and then opening, how long was that gap if you kept testing throughout, if that makes sense? Like I know like some people they're like, okay, this is the game plan, and then they'll try to perfect it and then they'll open. But it was
I mean, I don't know. Like I couldn't afford to like close my restaurant I couldn't
Yeah.
afford it at the time. So I would just test it, be like, okay, this is good. We're gonna change it to this, and I'll change the recipe. So you should see our recipe books. You would see like all these Sharpies, like just crazy, and then I would print out another one, and it just kept going. And you can ask my employees. I think I have like 30. I have 35 employees, right, in total, between the 3 locations. And you can ask them, like, I'm always in there changing things, and they always like forget things, and I always go there and just be like, you have to follow this recipe now, and this, you know what I mean, things like that. So it's really confusing for them, but they've like really, really great about it, which is like awesome. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
For, I guess, people who may be out there who want to start a business, you know, and what type of like advice or like guidance you can give them, or like maybe like a starting point, like, because I feel like a lot of times a lot of people want to start businesses, a lot of people want to do something, you know, but I think the hardest step when it comes to like doing that is that first step, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you have any advice for people out there on who want to start a business, like maybe, you know, how to take that first step, maybe like, or anything?
I had really good advice from a chef. Her name is Esther Choi. She owns a few restaurants.
In New York,
In New
right?
York, right?
Yeah, how'd you know?
She's like kind of big because like she
got super big.
she was like in a video and then she kind of blew up after it.
Dude, you know what's insane?
What?
Like I knew, like, you know, she used to work for the Food Network, like before, like she was super big, but she was kind of like not stage, but kind of just like temporary there.
Mhm.
And I mean, she has a great personality. Number one, she's super kind. When I first met her in her restaurant, and she was like one of the nicest people ever. Like it was me and like some of my friends, and she gave me. I asked her the exact same thing. Like my dream is to open a restaurant like you. Like, can you give me advice? And she said, like at your age, like since you're like, I was like young 20s. She said, just do it. Like once you get 30, 40, you have kids. Like, it, you know, maybe it's a lot stronger, but since you're in your 20s, just do it and don't be afraid to fail, because if you are gonna make it in the business, you will figure out a way to like make it successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I stuck with that. Even some days I was like, man, this restaurant thing is tough, but guess what? I didn't even sleep that night, and I kept tweaking my recipes here and there, and then I was like, all right, so I'm gonna just go back to it and do it again.
Then I have 2 questions in regards to that. You said you didn't sleep some nights. Give me a story of a very hard day, and then give me a story of like maybe like a funny story.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Like hard day, like when we first opened Herndon Wooboi, we started opening on the Saturdays, right? And I remember no one wanted to work Saturdays because at the time we were only Monday to Friday, so it was just me and like one other guy who was like still in the training stage, doing everything in the restaurant, from like prep, everything. And then he was still training stage, so he didn't really know like what to do in the restaurant. All he could do was like just cook the bread for the sandwiches, right? And so I had to do everything. I had to do not only cashier, I had to dredge the chicken, fry it, this and that, and then we had a line out the door, right? At the day, we were very, very busy because, you know, we're open Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was the day I was there. When I was
Yeah,
on the
probably
way.
a Saturday.
No, I'm
Maybe,
kidding. I'm kidding.
probably.
Hey, maybe that was the day I was there.
So,
Because
yeah,
I
was
waited a
crazy
long
day.
time.
No, some people waited an hour plus, you know, because every time you go from chicken, you got to wash your hands, right? You got to wash your hands, you know, sanitize all that, and then you got to change your gloves, and then you got to deal with the wrapping, this and this, and I have to train, and then when I take someone's order, I got to go and wash my hands again. So like, there's all this crazy stuff. That was a tough day. So at the end of the day, when we finally got through it, I went home, and I kid you not, like I was so tired, like I just kind of my head just touched the pillow, and then like I didn't even remember sleeping. You know what I mean? I just woke up the next day. I had to go back.
Oh man.
I don't even remember it. So my body was like crazy. I had 2 hernias because of like working a lot in like the restaurants and stuff. Yeah,
Dang.
it's crazy, buddy. And I'm only 29. Can you believe it? But trust me, my body is about 45.
No,
Trust me.
I believe that. I believe
Yeah.
my dad, he was like same thing. He worked, came to America, opened a restaurant in like in his early 30s. By his 50s, my dad's like body is broken.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, any on a lighter note, any funny stories, like just something happened with the restaurant? You're like, wow.
Funny, like I don't know, like yeah, that's a tough one. I guess like we'll get like every now and then we'll get like someone who's like kind of like a like really really tough, like a really muscular person or something who's like I can eat a code blue, and then like they'll come in and be like get the code blue and be like he's just like crying everywhere, and he's just like he's like the nicest guy ever, but he's just like crying everywhere. He's just like acting like a baby, and it's really, really funny. So we would just always like laugh about that kind of stuff. Those are always great.
Hey,
yeah.
Speaking about the cold blue, how did you come up with that? Because like I said, you're not a spice guy. You don't really eat spice. So how did you like test that flavor out if you don't really eat spice?
Yeah, so I just took the spiciest peppers that I could possibly find, and I just mixed them all together, and then I would study like the aromas that they would create, mash them together without like really tasting it, and I just sent it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just sent it. But
You're sending people out there to die.
But you never worry, like, hey, maybe they should sign a waiver before they eat this.
we have it. We have a waiver
They
wall.
do have a waiver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. Have you been to Howling Ray's in LA?
I have, yeah.
So have you tried their like spiciest flavors and stuff like that? Oh man, hey, me and Brandon, we
That
went.
was
We
terrible decision.
So I had their I forget what their levels were, but I remember I just got the spicy. I was dying.
Really?
Like my stomach was hurting. I was like, I gotta go get something. And I remember I went to go get ice cream, didn't help. And the dairy and the upset stomach did not help. Ended up like getting a whole sub just to make my stomach feel better, and it did not feel good.
Dang. Yeah. Not
But-
huge on that. Yesterday I went to Tojokchan, and they have the spicy feet, the spicy like
Chicken feet.
Chicken feet.
Oh man, I love that.
Did you have it at Tojokchan yet?
I haven't had a chuck.
Trust me.
I have a story about that, and I'll tell you after.
Trust me, buddy. You eat that. I mean, trust me. I saw like the devil. That's so spicy. It's very very spicy. It says spicy chicken feet, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? It's just so it's whatever. But it's like I would say it's like 5 times higher than like burdak.
Mm.
It was crazy.
So it's funny that you're mentioning the Korean spicy chicken feet. So back in 2000, let me think. Before 2015, I could not handle my spice. I was not a spicy person. But then I went to Korea, and in 2015, I remember I was on Jeju Island, and I had the spicy chicken feet. That thing was the spiciest thing I've ever eaten in my life, and like it comes with that little cold bean sprout soup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember we had a whole order. I ate one. I was like, "Oh, this is good. Flavor is amazing." But it had that spice that just like kind of like just came out of nowhere. I think I was like 2 or 3 in, and it just like hit me like a Mack truck. I don't sweat. You ask my brother and Brandon. I don't sweat. I was sweating. My face was red. I was hurting, but. I don't know about y'all, but like I was good. Like, don't waste food. I'm like, I gotta finish this. And I ended up like finishing all of it. But I was like taking like the chicken feet and I was dunking it in there, and I was trying to get it off, trying to finish it. And I'm like,
you were dunking it in where?
Dunk it into the cold bean sprout
Okay,
soup, trying to get some of the sauce. It was too much sauce, and it was too hot, right? And then like I was like touching my face, and I think I touched my eye or something. So like I was hurt. So I was everything was hurting. It was just like so spicy. But then after that day when I ate that, like nothing has ever been like compared to like that level of spice. That's the only reason why I could eat spicy food now, is because I had that chicken feet that you're talking about.
Interesting, yeah. It maybe it's the same kind of heat. I don't know, because that was spicy, the Tojokchan stuff. You should try it. It's pretty good though.
I don't know, man. Like I can handle my spice, but I don't think I want to like. I was actually telling me and Brandon had a conversation like not even a week. I was like, as I've gotten older, it's like I kind of like. Maybe like 5 years ago, I'd be like, I'll risk it. I'll risk it for the biscuit. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of ease off a little bit because I know what that's gonna do to my stomach. So like now I just like try not to. I kind of stay away from the super spicy stuff because it kind of wrecked me for a day or two.
Well, I feel like back in the day, y'all used to eat more spicy stuff. So
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
y'all
what I
would-
mean.
But y'all be used to it. But now y'all eat spice. I feel like spicy food. Like when you don't have it for a while, your stomach's like, what is this? And when you do have it for one time, it goes to like flight or flight mode. It's like, oh my God, like you're killing me right now. So
I spice all my food every day for every meal,
Oh.
but it's just that I think that like that the level of spice is not there anymore. Because I recently had have you had fufu before, like igusi? So it's like West African food, and like I went with and I had it, and that thing is pure heat. That thing was spicy. And then I remember after I got back from I was trying to sleep, but it was so spicy that like at night I had like sweats. I was sweating that night in my sleep, and I had to wake up just to like I felt like I had to puke. That's how spicy it was. I would like it was not good. And the next day was not fun.
Yeah. Whew.
Do you have any bad food stories, like bad experiences that you like? I think I fucked up here. Like I shouldn't have had that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, so number one is like the yesterday. I mean, that was just killer. Like, I think, like, you know, they have like the self-service water. I'm pretty sure I drank that whole jug. Okay? I'm so pretty sure, and I had to ask for a refill. Okay, that was crazy. But yeah, I also got the sundae-gu because you always do it. And I try to do the same thing where I try to like kind of wash some of the sauce off. Still, then that sundae-gu got too spicy. And I wanted my sundae-gu, right? So then, you know, that was just crazy. Yeah. But that was crazy. And then, you know, every now and then I'll accidentally like get code blue or something in my eye. Something like that. Yeah, yeah, because when you're spicing it, and then sometimes it kind of flings in your eye.
Hey, since you're Korean, obviously, in your opinion, I know that like I guess based off of what you like, but what's your favorite Korean like restaurant around here?
Korean restaurant?
Yeah.
I think I go to Gomtaenger a lot, and I go to Toseokcheon a lot.
Okay.
Because I'm like just a late night kind of guy. Because like I'll just get off work or something and try to find something. But yeah,
I like Toseokcheon too.
I like.
We used to go all the time.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we used to go to the bars, and because it's open late at night, on the way home.
Yeah, and it's not weird because like if I were to go to like JMT or something just to go there for the food, it's a little bit weird. They're kind of like, this is like more of a singles bar, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but then like if I go to Toseokcheon, like I'm fine with just going there by myself, just eating like sundae-guk or something. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is a random question. Did you used to have long hair?
No, never.
Okay. Did you think he recognized him or something?
I remember. I thought I recognized him because when we went to Herndon, but maybe you just had like one of those hairnets on or something like that. But and then my second question was, when you go to a restaurant, how do you not be critical since you are a chef? Like how do you enjoy it without hating?
I mean, to be honest with you, like I think I'm just pretty easy to like when it comes to that, because it's kind of like just go there, just kind of just for fun, like just kind of. I mean, I could eat whatever. Like I could eat like McDonald's every day, right? Like whatever. But like if you're like going from like a professional point of view, like if I'm to analyze something, maybe to improve it, maybe I could give some ideas. But I always appreciate like whatever, even a mom and pop stop that's like doesn't necessarily have like the best like whatever. I still appreciate it. Yeah.
I have one final question. This is my last question of the night. I guess this is more back on the business thing, right? I feel that one of the hardest things when it comes to, I guess, starting your own business and everything is coming up with the capital to actually start the business. Do you have any advice on that? Because I know that a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I'll do this. But it's like, oh, I don't have the money to actually start the business. Do you have any advice for people on that?
Man, that's actually a really good question. Okay, so you guys know that I was like big on gambling.
Oh God!
Right. I know it starts off
That's
great.
one way to start a story, man.
I know, buddy. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. Okay, so when I was a little bit big on gambling, okay, I had this like weird thing where like they would give out this like free bet or something, but it was like I think it's called deposit bonus, and they said if you deposit whatever, you can get 50% of your deposit bet in a free bet, and then you can just have your money there and you can literally take it out. So I did that. I think it was like up to $1,000. So I deposited $2,000, got $1,000 free bet, and did that, right? And just for fun, I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna choose like random teams and like just did it. And then you know what's crazy? That parlay hit. Oh! That parlay hit. That's crazy. So you know what happened? So that I think it was like I placed a bet, and then it was like most of the games were like that day, and then I think like one or two of the games were the next day. Some random college games, a little bit of NFL or whatever, and I made $70,000 on that bet. One of the first ever like free. I mean, I had free bets before, and I did it, but I would always lose, right? Because I'm just like it's free money, so I just do whatever. And somehow that bet hit like 70 grand. So with that, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of poker with this, and I'm going to try to build in a little bit of, like, more sports betting and try to learn what I'm actually doing. Because, like, at that point, I had no idea what I was doing. It was just straight luck, right? And then so what I did was I played some poker. Wasn't a very good player at first, and I really studied the game, right? And I tried to like go to all the high roller tournaments, try to play like the bigger cash games, right? So I played pretty big, which was kind of stupid because I was like 21 and I was gambling for like $10,000 a buy-in for like poker, right? Like 25.50 or 10.25 or something, right? And didn't have much success. I mean, I was down like probably 30 grand just like that, right? And sports betting too, I was probably down to my last, like I probably lost another 30 grand just like that. So I was like down to like 10. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? Just 10 grand. Like I just hit a parlay that was like a miracle parlay anyway. I'm gonna take the 10 grand and really study the game, lower stakes, just start going like kind of slow and building it, right? And start investing. So which was kind of stupid because I should have took like half of it and just put in like stocks or something. But you know, but I was just like whatever because I kept the money in there in the account. So then what I did was I started studying. I had a little bit of success, and I built the 10,000 into about 15,000 in like about 6 months, which is not super impressive. But I was being like really smart with the money, trying to take out a little bit of it. Like so my rule was I would keep 10,000 in, and then I would take out whatever profits and I would invest it. And I kept doing that, and I kept doing that over and over again. And whenever, a lot of times, they actually labeled me a VIP player, right? So they would give me a lot of like VIP free bets, like every now and like every week or something. They would give me like a free $500 or $1,000 just to bet for like free bets or whatever. And I used to do that, used all the promos like smartly, and saved up. And then this was back when I was 21. And I've been doing that pretty much ever since. And yeah.
So you played the long game essentially.
Yeah. So I built that bank. So right now I'm profiting about $320,000, like from that, like from poker, sports betting. I'm not a big like gambler, like a blackjack guy or nothing like that. Just from poker and sports betting. Yeah.
You hear that? If you want to open a business, go gamble. Actually, not
Nah,
really.
don't do that. But like during that time when I was doing it, like I had about 120,000 like saved up. So what I did with that is I opened the first Wooboi. So I built a lot of the stuff because trust me, opening a restaurant is much more expensive. But at the time, it was like a second-gen restaurant. It used to be like a deli, and I took some of the money, about 120 grand, and put it into the restaurant, and then started just building it. Like I did a lot of the wiring, I did a lot of the painting, this and that, just to save some money. Installed like the toilets, built the bathrooms, whatever. And yeah, I was able to do it for 120 grand.
Oh,
so I did it, and then the first year, Wooboi, you know, as you guys knew, did pretty well. So we made like our revenue was about $1 million that year.
Ooh, good job.
But yeah,
good job.
I was there without much staff at the time, so made about 20%, so about 200 grand. And then the next year, it increased and increased and increased. So now between the 3 locations, we do about 4.8 million between the 3.
Ooh, good job. Good job.
So it's
Killing it.
yeah, killing it, but hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah.
And then usually we reinvest that money back into the like restaurant. So, you know, and then now the NFL season's coming up, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I mean,
so we'll see.
I mean,
college football.
One thing I've learned, I would say that because you gamble and you did the business, you're not a very risk adverse person. Like risk is not a thing you can handle a lot of risk.
Yeah, I mean, I can handle risk. So like I mean, there are some days where like I lose a lot of money, obviously, because there's big swings. But yeah, there's definitely, but you know, it doesn't really affect. It used to, but it doesn't really affect me anymore. Like if I lose a lot.
There's a saying my brother actually told me a long time. He says, "Scare money don't make no money."
Yeah,
it's true.
Yep. And there's another thing I saw. They said the best entrepreneurs are the ones that can handle the most risk, or they're willing to risk the most.
Yeah, you got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh yeah,
just
anytime.
Just come back sometime.
I got you.
But thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.